At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is brought to you in part by One Nevada Credit Union, where right now you can refinance your auto loan with rates as low as 2.98% and no payments for 90 days for qualified members. Call us today for details. News is also brought to you by Capriotti Sandwich Shop, located in the Pahrump Nugget Casino. Call us at 775-751-3354 to order ahead. News is also brought to you by Hope Counseling Services, where we specialize in behavioral health, inspiring hope for a brighter tomorrow. Call 775-727-0101 for more information.
Tonight on News 46, a fatal rollover occurs in the town of Johnny.
50 days and counting, security concerns regarding this year's festival.
And Judge Kim Wonker holds a meet and greet. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Zach Fuentes and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
It's Tuesday, August 7th, 2012. I'm Zach Fuentes.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
The driver of a double gas tanker truck died as a result of a rollover late this afternoon on North Highway 160 in the town of Johnny.
One of the big rig tanks caught fire after rolling. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded and called all hands on deck. Nye County Emergency Services also responded, as well as Nevada Highway Patrol and the Nye County Sheriff's Office. The tanker truck apparently smashed through a guardrail around a bend in the road, ending up in a ditch where the truck caught fire. The cab was completely incinerated. The driver of the truck was pronounced dead on scene. Nevada Highway Patrol will be investigating this accident.
Emergency crews will be investigating this accident into the evening. The highway is currently closed. We will have more for you on tomorrow night's news.
And this morning, Nye County Commissioner meeting approved the permit for the annual Pahrump Fair and Festival. One item that was not discussed was the same that occurred last year regarding security at the popular event.
It's the same thing as last year and the year before, is trying to coordinate the event so that everybody's safe and the property's safe and the public's safe, as well as coordinate for the funding of the event. It's a private event and typically has been funded by the county coffers.
Before this was a city event. Now it was given to PAVE, so it is a private event. So the Nye County Sheriff's Office now has to look for funds by getting it either from the town of Pahrump or from the Nye County Commissioners. This item was not on the agenda, though, today.
No, what occurred today was a public hearing for the approval of the permit for the Fall Festival. There's no discussion mentioned or made about who's going to fund it and who's going to pay for it.
Last year, one of the issues was how are we going to pay for this, and then you also have to schedule your officers to be on on the schedule, actually, for that time during the Pahrump Fair and Festival and the parade. You need approximately 2 weeks ahead of time to put them on the schedule. Is this item going to come up for funding? Do we know where you're getting the funding at this point?
At this point, it's being worked out with the PAVED organization. And I got to tell you, Sergeant Jackson and the troops down here were great in throwing their personal lives aside last year to work the event on like 3 days' notice. She did a very good job coordinating it, getting it scheduled, and all the troops that worked, all the personnel that worked it. I said pretty much set whatever plans they had aside so they could help out and work the event.
PAVED is looking at possibly hiring private security and the Nye County Sheriff's Office in coordination, or just the Nye County Sheriff's Office or officers outside that aren't on the schedule, are you going to be giving them kind of a idea of what we're looking at as far as numbers at a certain point?
Yeah, Paul is supposed to be emailing me or faxing me a exact list of what staffing level she wants, and then I'm going to work to meet that.
Let's talk about the private security and their police powers. If they decide to, in fact, have private security and the Nye County Sheriff's Office. And by the way, the Nye County Sheriff's Office still has to actually beef up the force on those days anyways.
Yes, yeah, and that was also part of the discussion and figuring out for the funding, is because it still requires some level of presence at the park for assistance, for transports. We still have the lost children matter to take care of and things like that we still have public safety issues to deal with down there.
And we'll have more local news after the break. Please keep it here.
Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
And welcome back. We continue with the topic of the security issue for this year's Pahrump Fair and Festival with PAVE's Paula Glidden.
Well, Deanna, it's more than security. The whole festival this year is just costing us more money overall for various reasons. So we're a little tight on the budget. And the security this year is one of the major items. It's probably at least a fifth of our budget, if not more.
How did we solve this problem last year?
Last year, the county stepped up and paid most of it or at least took care of it through the county's budget and Tony's budget and so forth. And listen, we have nothing against the police getting paid for what they do. We need them.
How much was it last year?
Honestly, I don't know. No one has given me that number yet. Essentially, they asked for $36,000. I know it was nowhere near there when the final bill came in, but I guess Pam Webster might be able to answer that better.
What are we looking at this year as far as numbers and what it's going to cost for the whole Pahrump Fair and Festival?
Oh, probably about a good 100,000, maybe 120. Just, I'm off the top of my head here, but it's somewhere in that zone. The issue is the security, and again, we need it. We want it. We want to be safe for everybody. That's our primary goal.
How much is the security for this year's?
That's the equivocal question. We thought the commissioners might address that, but they didn't. They did give us the license for the festival, but they have not addressed issuing any payments for that. So I guess it's all on our shoulders. Basically, there's a couple different ways to look at it. We have to have either private security, or we have to have the Nye County Sheriff Department, or we have to have a combination thereof. And that's what we have to go back to the drawing board right now and figure out. Captain Beck's been very helpful in trying to give us some numbers, but he's still working on them as well.
So the sheriff's deputies are $30 an hour?
That's what they charge to do private security off hours, yes. It's a bargain because if we have to pay them straight up through overtime, it's $50 and more. So actually the $30 is more palatable.
Do you know how many officers we're going to be needing?
Well, the number that we're looking at throughout the days is 14 per shift. That's the high occupancy hours. So anything in between like midnight and 8, it's a little less.
And then did you ask the commissioners specifically for the monies for the security?
We did last time, but that was an issue of they really couldn't figure that out, and they brought us back today. I'm really not sure for what, other than to issue us the license, and we appreciate that, of course, but we didn't get any remedy on this. So we have 50 days till the festival, so we got to figure this out real quick.
And so will you be looking at bringing this up to the county commissioners in the near future, because we're so close to the festival once again?
No, it's impossible at this point. We either have to do this and make it work, or it's not going to happen.
Well, the new $600 million Veterans Affairs Medical Center in North Las Vegas was dedicated Monday morning. 46,000 people in the Veterans Association Southern Nevada healthcare system will be utilizing the hospital located on North Pecos Road. They have 90 inpatient beds, a 120-bed nursing home, and an outpatient care center. It also includes units for specialty care, surgery, mental health, rehabilitation, and geriatrics. It's the first VA hospital in Southern Nevada and the first VA hospital to open in the country since 1995. The hospital will start taking its first patients August 14th.
All right, well, keep it here, folks, because we'll have more news for you after this break.